With all that talk of Oasis getting back together a while ago, I found myself going down the rabbit hole rewatching all of their videos. But I also started rewatching all of Blur's videos too. Blur, if you're not familiar, are a Britpop band from the UK that played a pivotal role in the prominence of the genre, and were more or less the competition. We had Damon Albarn on vocals, Graham Coxon on guitar, Alex James on bass, and David Rowntree on drums. During the mid-90s, Oasis had become the biggest band on the planet, paving the way for Britpop, and Blur were a close second. In fact, some may argue that they were in fact the ones that led the charge, as their music at the height of their fame represented all things British. While America was having its grunge/boy band phase, across the pond the era of Oasis versus Blur and Boyzone versus Take That was beginning. And if I'm honest, I think I preferred Blur over Oasis. In fact, one of the first albums I ever bought was Blur's Greatest Hits. Blur have some incredible songs, but they also have some amazing music videos too. One of their absolute best being the video they done for Coffee and TV. Their music videos had a lot to say. Sometimes they said more than the actual song itself, but there's this one video that they done that kinda puzzles me. It was for their song There's No Other Way. Now for me, when I look at the lyrics of this song and I try to picture it in my head, I picture a couple in the throes of an argument that's getting more intense by the moment, with the guy in his own head watching himself and his missus argue in third person as if replaying the events of a shit relationship while singing the lyrics of the song. You're taking the fun out of everything. Then he goes for the knife, singing There's No Other Way. I know, it's pretty twisted. There's No Other Way reminds me of Billy Idol's song Mony Mony, which in turn reminds me of the GNR song I Used to Love Her. You're All I Need by Motley Crue is also very close in tone to it, but the closest is Monaco's song What Do You Want From Me? I guess it's something a lot of lads have in common. It's the untold story as old as time itself. A lad and his missus is having a domestic. The lad ends up getting the ears burned off himself to such a degree that he simply snaps. There's no other way. It's reactionary abuse. But that term didn't exist back then. There was no way to articulate it. Now, did Blur collectively get together and say, hey boys, I think we should make a video that accurately portrays the lyrics of this song? Do you think they did that? Did they do that? No, of course not. No, some stupid cunt said, how about a Sunday roast at my parents' house? Imagine sitting in a boardroom with label execs and with full confidence uttering the words, how about a Sunday roast? How about a Sunday fucking roast at my parents' house? And one of those label execs had the absolute gall to say, no, that doesn't sound like a shite idea at all. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have a fucking roast. So here we are at someone's gaff, having a roast dinner, presumably on a Sunday. I wonder what the budget was for this video. You know, you have your food, your cast, your cameraman. I'd say adjusting for inflation, everything probably came to about 45 to 50 pounds, right? This can't be all there is to it, right? I mean, after all, a dinner is a sacred thing. There's something about it, right? Especially a Sunday roast dinner. So, for those of you who aren't familiar with what a Sunday roast dinner is, it's basically it's a banquet of roast potatoes and veg, Yorkshire puddings, which are like pastries that you fill with gravy, and roast beef and or turkey or ham. Your meat of choice, really. The gravy is like a meat sauce. All the vital food groups are represented. There isn't a dinner quite like it anywhere else in the world. Irish people tend to add stuffing and mashed potato to the mix. Personally, I'm a whore for turkey. I love it. Now, you may be thinking, Richie, why turkey? Isn't turkey dry as fuck? Well, no, not if you do it correctly. You see, the secret to a great turkey is how you prepare it. I like to use fresh parsley, garlic and real Kerrygold Irish butter mixed together. Then I get my hands and I run it under the skin of the turkey to loosen it from the body. Then I lay the butter under the skin as well as on top. Then I slap that baby in the oven, and if done correctly, the turkey will baste itself. Use my method and you will have the best turkey you will have ever eaten. Then, if you add the juice from your turkey into your Bisto gravy powder, you're in heaven. My best mate growing up literally had this kitchen. I swear to God, everything from the crockery right down to the fucking wood panel presses and tiling, that's literally my mate's kitchen. Now guys, I cannot get over the twatty bowl hair don't. Even for the time it seems utterly ridiculous. Like, here, I need a haircut. I know, get me that plastic bowl off the kitchen counter and the scissors from the living room, will you? Okay, now stick the bowl on my head and just cut around it, yeah? Sound. In fact, the more you look at it, nearly everyone in this video is in a different phase of the bowl haircut. Even the fucking ma. Who the fuck did we think we were back then? So we have the singer staring psychotically into the camera singing the lyrics of the song to us, his hair somehow adding to the finesse and seriousness of his words. The camera ever so slowly keeps panning to the left and right as if we the audience are the proverbial fly on the wall, occasionally hovering across the table to see what the crack is, ready to land on a piece of food and rub our grubby fly mitts together in celebration of the morsel of skin or whatever the fuck just landed on the floor, wondering what the fuck is going on. What is actually going on here? At the very beginning of the video, after sculling an earthworm in the face, we see two twin sisters passing a ball back and forth in the garden. A row of daffodils reveals Damon to be watching them through the window with a bemused look on his face. Then the music kicks in. The shit show has begun. Everyone sits down and is treated to a starter of chunky vegetable soup and bread. So before Dad enters the room, lightning strikes and then he suddenly cracks a smile, as if to say, "Oh my god, I have to be pretend happy today. Best smile." He then walks into the parlour to sit down with everyone. "Here lad, can you pass me the bread rolls?" he utters in that dad voice. Yeah. So unbeknownst to the Red Rum twins, I reckon Mum and Dad are arguing like fuck all the time, and Damon, the singer, is stuck in the middle of it all. And in an effort to break the tension, the mother has said, "Here, I'm making dinner, invite your friends around today, will you?" Now Damon probably doesn't want his mates near any of this drama, but as the song suggests, there's no other way. All you can do is sit and watch them play. Damon just has to go along with it. Now maybe Damon just doesn't know how to express himself, but nevertheless the fly sees all, and he bears his soul to it, to us, the viewer. As the second course of pie, carrots, broccoli, baby potatoes and gravy arrives, everyone eagerly loads up their plates. Yeah, get it into you, Cynthia, fill the void. The fly can't help but do another fly over and salivate at all the various sustenance that's being rapidly consumed. I once had a mate that said he can't have turkey because it made him go asleep. The sentence at the time sounded so ridiculous to me that I couldn't take it seriously. But it's true, this food when consumed in such a large quantity can have a sort of tranquilizing effect. It can make you sort of docile. The third and final course of this mega meal is a giant fucking trifle. So instead of having the video that I envisioned, it's a Sunday roast with your friends, but after carefully analysing this video and thinking about it, it's all there. You just have to look a little deeper. Maybe a Sunday roast wasn't such a terrible idea after all. The song itself has kind of got a vibe of a walk to your mates on a Sunday afternoon, which maybe is the reason they thought about a Sunday roast, but I would like to think that they had more of an intelligent reason for this. Maybe the reason they picked a Sunday roast is because this is fantastic food that's rich in all the nutrition one needs to cure bad mental health and physical health. Yeah, nothing like an onslaught of a carvery dinner to blot out the reality of a crumbling marriage. It's like I said, eat enough of this food and it'll make you docile. It'll make you not want to argue, because who argues on a full stomach? And maybe that's what Damon's mother wanted, just a bit of peace and good company on a Sunday afternoon. The very act of sitting around the table with your friends and family has the potential to break whatever tension there is down and eliminate whatever negativity is in the room, in theory anyway. And maybe that's the true meaning behind this video. Standing in stark contrast to this is their second video for this song. A sort of come as you are Nirvana-esque trippy vibe type video that unfortunately seems devoid of all effort and meaning, looking more like an attempt at sex appeal aimed squarely at the American market. The boys have all gotten haircuts and a better fashion sense, looking a little cooler than they did at the Sunday dinner. It doesn't remotely look or remind me of anything Britpop or Brit culture, and maybe that was the point, because I think if you had shown the first video to an American audience, they probably wouldn't have gotten it. I just barely got it. I think if they had have released the first video in America, people would be asking the same questions as me. There's No Other Way was taken off their 91 album release, Leisure, and scored pretty high across all of the different chart systems in the UK. The album itself peaked at number 7 in the UK charts. As for Billboard in America, I can't seem to find it on the top 200 at all, but I don't actually think Blur broke America until the release of Song 2. But yeah, this was my analysis, breakdown, fly in the wall perspective of There's No Other Way, the music video by Blur. If you liked the video and want to see more, please give the video a like, leave a comment and consider subscribing, and thanks very much for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye now.